Okay, you guys, very exciting day today. So we are going to pick up the EG33. It has arrived at the warehouse ready for pickup, although I don't have the proper car to go get it right now because I have the BRZ. So we need to go visit Melanie at work, go get the keys to the truck, go pick up the truck, then we can, oh man, that is bright. So after we go pick up the truck, we can go grab the engine. It's gonna be like an all day endeavor, but I'm so hyped. So let's hop in the BRZ, let's go swing, let's go bug Melanie, let's go grab these truck keys, let's go get this engine. I hope she answers.
Hello.
Hi, I am at your car.
Okay, I'll be there in a second.
Oh, I see her. I see her. Where's she at? Where'd she go? Where'd she go? She's on the other side of the van. Ah, yes. Oh, this is the truck key?
That's the truck key. And there's only one, so please don't lose it.
Don't lose it.
Or you will owe her a new one.
Deal. So now that we have the keys to the truck, we can go pick up the truck. Go pick up the engine. We have to get gas in the truck. It's a diesel, so at least we get to play with a diesel today. Diesel trucks are at least a little bit of fun. So let's go grab the truck. We'll go get gas. We'll go grab the engine. We'll unload the engine, and then we'll take a look at the engine because I am ecstatic. I have not seen this thing in person yet, and I really, really want to. Our chariot awaits us. Now, full disclosure, my capabilities in driving large vehicles is not the best. I remember when I was in the Army, I kind of took out a side mirror on a Humvee in Afghanistan, so sorry about that, US government. It's a good thing you got insurance on your vehicles. So, I don't know. This should be fun. We have a F250 diesel. It's tuned, makes some power. We will literally have all the power. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a running start with this thing, get it up and out of the driveway, and we'll go get our engine. Let's go get the engine! I'm a little nervous to drive this thing, but Haley and Eric, I appreciate you guys letting me use the truck. Good on you. So I just got out here to the shipping yard and I have absolutely no idea what to do right now. There's no signs for will call. It's literally just a yard with a ton of trailers in it. So I am on hold, trying to get a hold of customer service to see what I'm supposed to do because I don't want to just drive into their shipping yard and just be this random F250 driving around. So, on hold. And I also forgot a face mask, so that means I cannot record while I'm in there because I'm gonna have to hold my hat over my face. So, after I get the engine loaded up, we'll resume this. But until then, I'm gonna sit here and try to figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do because I have no idea. No idea at all right now. Also, this truck is terrifying to drive and I'm no good at it. So there's a couple things that I noticed while driving Big Bertha here. A lot of power, a lot of fun to drive. Steering is pretty, what am I doing? Steering in the car, or steering on the truck, Jesus, pretty bad. But check it out. We have our engine on a pallet in the back of the truck. We are now back at the house. So hold up, let me jump out of here. So, to give you guys an update here, when I got to the shipping company, it was nothing more than a shipping yard with some fence and some trailers everywhere. Called the customer support, told me to just drive in there, find the customer service. B, I forgot a face mask, so like if you go anywhere in Washington State right now, you need a face mask. So I'm walking around inside of the shipping company like this for like 20 minutes, looking like I've lost my mind. Finally got some help, finally got the engine loaded in and then just drove back up here. So game plan now, I need to get the STI out of the garage, I need to get the truck backed up to the garage, I need to get the engine hoist pulled up to the truck, chain up the engine to the hoist, pull it out, get it on the ground, get it on the stand, and then we can start looking at it. So let me get that situation figured out and get this, oh my God, dude, it's so bright. So let me get the STI pulled out, the truck backed in, we'll get this thing out and take a look at this engine because I'm stoked. Get Big Bertha out of here. I think the best thing to do here is to take the pallet, drag it out to the end of the bed, grab the engine hoist from over there, wheel it up, chain it up, pull it out. Since I'm by myself today, this is gonna be some tripod action while I'm doing all this. So let's get this thing out of the truck. Boys and girls, there she is, our EG33. Woo! Oh yes, there's a couple things I want to do with this engine before we end the video that I just want to see. I'm curious. So I'm curious how the spark plugs look. This engine did not come with coil packs, which I am totally fine with because I'm going to be using probably LS coil packs or something else on here. Something that's a little more resistant. Maybe GTR coil packs. I have no idea. I'm going to have to make something fit. I'm also curious if there's oil in the pan. There was definitely coolant and we definitely peed a little bit everywhere, but you guys, it's here. I was not joking when I said we are gonna try to make this thing fit in the STI. So what I've seen so far after just looking at it is width-wise, it looks about the same width. So I'm not too concerned there. I mean, the width shouldn't be any different than a standard EJ257. Depth-wise, it is a little bit deeper. Now, when it comes to the depth of this engine, I'm gonna try to find like a slim timing belt setup or something. I don't know quite yet. I have to do a lot more research into that. But we are gonna have to move the radiator an inch forward because our radiator would sit like right there against the engine, and that's just way too close. So the radiator is gonna have to come forward about an inch. We'll probably cut into the core support, move the radiator under the core support, and then weld something over top just to give it back the structural rigidity that it needs. But yo, it is here. So like I said, I want to pull out those spark plugs. I want to take a look at the plugs to see how healthy the engine was. This thing did come from New Jersey, so there is some rust on the engine, but it is all surface rust, so I'm not too concerned with that. This did come out of an auto. It is a front wheel drive engine. That doesn't make a difference for us because we're just gonna bolt up a standard flywheel clutch assembly to this thing, so that way it is good for the STI. We'll probably do the tear down after the BRZ stuff. I do have a BRZ update for you guys. The turbo kit for the BRZ has shipped. We get it Monday, which you guys are gonna see this video on Monday, so I get it today. So I'm in the future telling you guys this in the past, but we get the turbo kit in a couple days, so I wanna get the BRZ build completely done with before we go into this engine too much, just because I don't want two open projects sitting around where I have a disassembled motor in the back of the garage and a torn apart BRZ waiting for a turbo setup to go on it. So once we get the BRZ completely done, completely finished, we're gonna start diving into this EG33. But like I said, I am curious. I wanna see if there's oil in this engine, and I wanna see what those spark plugs look like. So let's get those plugs pulled out. Let's get the oil, if there is oil in it, drained out. I want to see what that looks like as well. That'll give us an indicator of just kind of how healthy this engine is. Doesn't really matter to me since we're going to be pulling it completely apart, sleeving the block, doing forged internals and the whole 9 yards with that. So let's pull these plugs. Let's see how they look, and let's drain this oil. Need a spark plug socket. I need a spark plug socket. So we have cylinder 5. How are we looking? Come on, baby boy. Let's look clean. There's 2. Not too bad. Plugs don't look too old either. There's 3, also not bad. Let's do the other side. Awesome, plugs are out. That was easy. All right, plugs are out. Now I want to pull that drain plug on the oil pan to see if there is any oil in this engine, and I want to get it out of there. I might take the oil pan off. There's a, wow, at some point I can tell you the oil pan was resealed because there's a ton of RTV in there, Jesus. Before I even pull this off, if you think it has oil in it, let me know in the comments because I'm either about to be covered in oil or something. I don't know, this is about to be fun. Oh, is there any oil? Did they ship this with oil in it? Yep, of course they did. It's all right, we'll just let it drain. Let the oil come out. Do your thing, oil. There's actually not much in there, so they may have drained the oil and this just might be residual because there's not a ton coming out. So we'll let this drain for 5-10 minutes. Then I want to pull off that coolant housing. I might transfer over that Killer B one onto this engine. Any parts I could transfer over from the EJ over to this car, I'm going to, just because it saves me money later and I don't have to worry about it. But I want to pull off that coolant housing, get any extra coolant out of the engine. So let me let this guy drain for however long it's gonna, oh God, for however long it's gonna drain. Well, it seems I have misplaced my oil filter wrench, but that is totally fine. We'll do this the old fashioned way. Oh yeah, she got oil in her. Why did you not want to come off, huh? Friend? Guess what? I got you off anyways. All right, guys, so after looking at all the spark plugs, seeing the oil and everything, the engine looks pretty healthy. I mean, we wouldn't know unless we did like a full compression test and everything like that. Engine health to me doesn't really matter as long as there's no holes in the block. and everything for the most part for the long block is there, which it is. I pulled all the plugs like you guys saw. They are all pretty white like that one, so it's not running terribly lean, but at the time that it was running last, it was running a little bit lean from what I can see on these plugs. Oil looked clean when it came out. This dinosaur was still using Subaru's old green coolant or some other coolant, I have no idea. But I'm excited to get this project going on the STI. Like I said, I don't want to start tearing this engine apart until we have the BRZ done, so that way it's just one project at a time. Plus I have a lot more research I need to do into this thing, but after looking at this engine, it looks a lot like the EJ does in all aspects of it. It pretty much mimics everything that the EJ does, so this shouldn't be too far from the standard deviation of what we already know. When it comes to the custom fabrication stuff, there's going to be a lot of it happening. Like I said, the radiator is going to have to move forward in the engine bay about an inch in the STI. The intake manifold is going to be flipped around, so that way we have one single throttle body facing the forward, facing frontwards. It's going to face frontwards. So we're going to have to cut up that intake manifold up there behind me and get the throttle body put on there, flip it around, and there's going to be a lot that goes into it. But I'm stoked. I'm excited. I am so pumped to have this engine here and ready to go. So in the coming weeks, we will completely tear this engine apart. We will pull out the rods, we will pull out the pistons, we will completely disassemble the case halves. I'm going to get in touch with, God, who was it? Outfront Motorsports, I think it was, to see what they charge for sleeving on these, because they have a price listed on their website, but I don't know if that includes the sleeves or if that's just the labor. And if it is just the labor, I need to see where they're getting the sleeves from. I saw in a couple places there's Darton sleeves, I believe they are, for this engine. But we'll see. I'm stoked. It's here. It's ready to go. The STI is ready to accept it. It's not yet. We still have to pull out that EJ and completely part that thing out, because the EJ is going to be funding this EG33. But it does look like there are some transferable parts over here. I do want to try to do a side feed to top feed conversion on this thing, but I don't know how well that's going to work. But we'll figure it out. If I could send these lower TGV manifold sections out to someone to have some top feed conversions machined, I would prefer that, so that way we can run top feed injectors versus side feed injectors. But we'll see when the time comes. There's a lot that's going to be going into this, so I appreciate the support from everyone going down this path of doing something a little bit different than your standard normal EJ257 build. We're mixing it up. We're doing an EG33 and we're going to make all the power. So I mean, with that, that's all I got for you guys on this one. So if you guys enjoy the video, you know what to do. Go ahead, hit that like button and turn it blue like the actual color of the Subaru. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, hit your boy up. That corner right somewhere over there, it'll be right there. Just click on it if you want to subscribe to see this weird EG33 swap into my 17 STI. And oh, there goes the spark plug. And with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, homies.